Hello, 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 hello. I'm Lynn Browder, and I have a son, Owen, who is 13 and has autism. We paint together, working on his fine motor skills. He helps me paint the backgrounds of our paintings, and then I paint the rest. So here I am, painting the rest. I'm laughing at myself because some days what I think I'm going to do and what happens are two different things. So I've started out a little different than I was going to. I was going to do a whole bunch of lines for stems and then do what I'm doing. But as you can see, that's not how life went. I did the red first. But that's okay. And I'm doing different blue versus green for this because I wanted something different. So sometimes you just have to do. So here we are doing. I'm making flowers, and you say, "Sure you are." I laugh as I do this because I always say it's just paint, because sometimes it's literally like what you envision isn't there, what you think you're doing changes, and that's life. Like, today Owen woke up and he slept late, and so I knew something was going on because he slept till almost 6:30, which for him is extremely late. He usually is up around 5. So he woke up and he started telling me. He said that he was sick. He had a fever, a cough, and I forget if he said runny nose. This is why I write everything down. Runny nose or snotty nose, but he was sick. And then he went in to say that he was going to get to see his doctor, and he listed her full name, which is just, he loves his people. He loves his people. And so as much as he was sad that he wasn't going to get to see his teacher and his classmates, he was getting to go to his doctor, and this was making him extremely happy. So here we are. I was very happy that he did not have, he just has this sinus stuff. He's not like got the flu or anything like that, which I'm thrilled that he doesn't have that. When I started laughing earlier, I was like, this is going to turn into a rooster. I can tell. It's going to turn into something. And I wish I had my troll to show. It's underneath here someplace. And I may leave it just... oh, I got something in my throat. I hope I'm not getting the sinus stuff. It's not... it's, not fun anyways, and he's got the fever and all that, so it's a possibility that I could get it. But anyways, I I lost track of my thing. Oh, troll. I couldn't get to my troll. It's not in here. I one time I was making a picture, and it was supposed to be a rooster, and then I turned it into something else, and I turned it into something else, and it was finally a troll at the end. And it's absolutely one of my favorite paintings of all times, because it was one of the first year, I don't remember, that I did it, and I just kept at it until I got it to where I wanted. And not every painting that you do is going to, turn out the way you're envisioning it or thinking about it, or the way I needed it to start off with was completely different. And so, when you do something, here's your first story, but that doesn't mean that it can't be rewritten, and doesn't mean that it can't be like continuously changing. And so even though you have something, don't give up on what your vision is or what you're trying to accomplish. And so that's the message is, don't stress out that it's not what you thought it was going to be, or you've done it wrong, or it's like not how you truly want it, because it can change, it can adapt, it can be something even better or completely different. And so when you're looking at something, don't be afraid to change it, adapt it, paint over it. Don't be mad, don't be sad, don't be frustrated, like, oh, this isn't how I imagined this was going to go. Because this is life. This is truly what life is about. And so, make it different, change it up. I don't know how or what I'm going to do. And I may just leave it. I may just sit here and let it be what it's not or what it is. And that is part of what's your growth, the strength that you have shining through, the changes you're making in your life. We don't all set out to be this or that, and then here it is. We have to adapt, we have to change, we have to grow. And knowing that your story's going to change, or that something's going to be different, that's what you have to just, I can't open stuff. Oh, there we go. I have the hardest time opening some of these bottles, and it's not that the bottle is any different than any of the other one. I just I can't some days, and who knows. But anyways, so just, don't give up on the story because it wasn't written the way you thought it should have been written. We've all watched those movies or read those books that the last page tells something completely different than the 365 other pages. Well, that's the story. I never imagined where I would be today when my life was changed around, I was bebopping along this morning, drinking my coffee, thinking, oh, I'm not really liking the fact that Owen's sleeping this late, because, like I said, when he sleeps that late, it's generally not what I know that there's going to be some kind of moment happening. So I'm changing up my colors. I didn't want green for my thingies, but I'm gonna, oh, and it's so close to the color that we're just like gonna put on top of everything else that we've done. And honestly, I'm already happier about it. Sometimes things just feel so unfinished. And so you just have to keep, like I said, doing something until it changes. And that, like I keep telling myself that the things that I'm doing today aren't the things that I did 300 years ago, so make it a new plan. Make it worth something else, Okay, I'm not liking all the green in there, but I wanted it to kind of show up a little bit differently. Okay, well, that's making me happier. I don't know about anybody else, but it's making me happier. It's kind of artsy, kind of a little more storyful. So Owen fell asleep early, and he knows that he's not going to have the amazing weekend that he was predicting of going to grandma's, going to church, and then he has Monday off and he was supposed to go to a friend's house from church. And I don't, with him being as snotty as he is and everything, we'll see if he's feeling better by Monday. But he's definitely, not going anywhere for the next couple days. I'm liking this much better. See, this is like you just have to adapt sometimes. So I'm leaving this where it is. We're gonna be where it is. So I sign O for Owen, and then L and B. Owen was so happy to see his doctor and the nurse and ride the elevator and all of his things, and he was sad that he didn't get to see his teacher today. But he was so glad to see his doctor, and he loves his people so incredibly hard. He just loves them. And that's the thing that we should do, is just take care of our people. Take care of the people in our lives and make sure they know we love them. I never doubt Owen's feelings for others, because he can't always say exactly how he's feeling, but he sure does show them. And he sure prays for all of his people. I always say, if Owen knows you, he's prayed for you. And if Owen doesn't know you, he's prayed for you. So, anyways, before this mama keeps crying, there we go. So, there's our story. Have a great rest of your day, and thank you for joining us. Toodles, toodles.